Welcome to the revolution.
I see the sunset on the horizon. It's not surprising that I'm all alone, 'cause everyone I held so dearly, abandoned me clearly. Now I stand alone.
Greetings, Rock Warriors. Welcome to the revolution. My guests today have placed as high as second in Rock Wars Worldwide Battle of the Bands. Their song, I Only Dream in Black and White, was listed as one of the 1,000 greatest songs of all time by Jay Goldberg's Rock on Neon. You can buy their music on all the platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get music. If you happen to be in Liverpool on March 6th, you can catch them live supporting Cal Ruddy at Jimmy's on Bold Street. This is Hegarty. So could you guys give us like a brief little history of the band, like when you guys got together, how you know each other, and basically became a band?
The first time we practiced was in April.
Yeah,
April 2014. There was only three of us to start with, which was me, Chris, and Waka. So we've been together since that. We've grew as it's gone along. We've got more and more people involved. Like me, we joined not long after, didn't we?
Yeah, it was January 15, was it?
Yeah, he joined in 2015. Yeah. Pod's the newest member. He's only just recently joined, like so.
Late November 2019. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
3 months. 3 whole months.
Yeah.
Seems like forever.
Waka coming back in now as well.
So what was it that made you guys decide to take a chance on Rock Wars, being a new channel and not having a lot of backing in the very beginning?
I think I spoke to you, didn't I, on Facebook the first time?
You did.
I think I spoke to you and you asked to go on, didn't you? And I just said, yeah, good, want to have a go, like.
Yeah.
It's
like the idea of it as
yeah,
well.
Like
the formats and stuff like that, it's completely different than you normally see out there, you know what I mean? So with it being a different format and sort of like a different challenge sort of thing, but just wanted to be part of it, to be honest, because as I say, you don't see many programs like that, many things like that. So yeah, we wanted to have a little go of it because of that.
Awesome. Well, that was kind of the idea of the channel to begin with, because I'm a former bass player from back in the 80s and early 90s. And to me, the music industry has just gone completely to shit with, the way they do things now.
Definitely.
So, like, what's your take on the music industry there over in England right now?
I think it's pretty much the same as it is in the States. It's a very expensive hobby at the moment. It tends to cost you money to try and share your wares.
Well, back in the day. Go ahead.
No, I was saying all the bands you hear on the radio now, mate. All the bands you get, everyone's behind them and all that, mate. They're all shite, to be honest with you.
They're all come from the Brit school, or
yeah, they're all like from fame academies and stuff like that. To me,
they're handpicked to be there, not to the talents alone. But they're because
exactly.
Selected.
Absolutely. Back in the day, they had guys that they would send out to clubs that would find a good band, and they'd sign them, and then they would promote the hell out of them. Now they want you to have a good online presence. They want you to already have professional videos, a following, a good sales record before they'll even talk to you to sign you. And like, to me, the idea behind Rock Wars is to find great bands like band and some other ones that have performed on Rock Wars, and actually show them to the world and try to maybe, work around this insanity that has become the music industry. Like, I noticed that you guys are from Liverpool, which is the hometown of the Beatles, and I actually, believe it or not, the song "I Only Dream in Black and White." The thing that caught my attention when I first seen that is it reminded me of a Beatles song. Like, I don't know if that was intended, but it's got that Liverpool feel. Like,
yeah. It's always a good thing to sound like the Beatles a bit, like, isn't it?
It wasn't intentional, I don't think. It wasn't intentional. It was just sort of like the way the song has developed. It started off with Dave just acoustic and him singing. It was more like a folk song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But when we went into the studio, everyone added their bits. It just sort of like it developed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great tune. Where do you guys normally gig over there? Like, do you have a specific place that you prefer over others? Or, like, I know England right now, compared to the rest of the world, the United States included, you guys seem to have some of the better venues for bands to play in.
There's some great venues in Liverpool, some really good ones. Unfortunately, what's happening now around the city is a lot of them are being closed down. I don't know if you can blame capitalism for it or what. I think everything's being changed into like accommodations for students and stuff now. So we're sort of running out of venues a little bit in Liverpool now. Obviously, we've still got the big ones, like, but they're like, but
If
you want like a little dirty club with a tiny stage on it, which is what we prefer playing, to be honest. It's the few and far between now, to be honest.
you want to be in touch with the punters.
Do you guys play the festivals that are out?
No,
We've done a few local ones, like, yeah. But none of the big ones, no. You've got no chance unless you signed them. No.
You've got to apply.
You can apply for them, applications and all that, but you never get past the first post, mate. Unless you signed or you're in Lipper, which is like a performance in college.
Like by the BBC.
Yeah, there's a lot of BBC, don't you, over here? Like a media.
BBC have an institution thing on the radio.
You send your songs in, if they like them, you play it, and you get played at the whole of Merseyside. But I don't know what you have to do for them to like it. You don't. I think we've had one or two of them.
Yeah.
We've had a few times played on there, but I don't know.
What they'll tend to do then is they'll sort of handpick a few bands from that BBC introduction and give them a slot in Glastonbury on their introducing stage. But as I say, like we've had a few tries at it, haven't we? But
yeah,
they're
scared of us.
They're scared of us.
They have the favourites and they tend to look after them, don't they?
Yeah, it's the same thing everywhere else. If it's not how good you are, it's who you know, basically. Well, I know Dave actually is a family man, and I'm sure the rest of you are probably family men as well. What's the biggest issue you guys run into at home with the band? Like, I know if you guys start gigging and, you're doing Wales and Scotland and Ireland and things like that, you're going to end up being on the road a lot. Are those issues you guys have discussed already with the family, or?
It's difficult for us to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
like,
difficult to even have practice.
It's hard enough to get a practice organised where we can all be there at the same time.
Yeah. Through our jobs and our family and stuff like that, it's hard to just find like a couple of hours just to get together and stuff like so. Yeah, if we were to embark on any kind of tour that'd take a slice of our life, it'd take like years of planning, getting the time off work and everything.
We'd have to be signed with a big deal.
If anyone wants to sign us, you'll have to take our families on tour with us.
We don't have tour bus tickets.
We need a bus each.
Well, this is what two drivers, haven't we?
Yeah. We've got two bus drivers in the band, so we've got the drivers. Like.
So what is your driving force for the Hegarty band? I mean, obviously in today's music industry, it's not money. I mean, 'cause there ain't any money in music right now.
Oh, we all love, yeah, we all love music, mate. It's a big part of all our lives. So just to be able to make your own songs and for people to listen to them, it's just when someone like makes a comment and that they love our music and that's enough for us at the moment. You know what I mean? That makes you happy and makes it worthwhile doing. That's my reason anyway.
Do you guys get a lot of feedback from like fans from gigging around and people that like hear your music on the internet and stuff like that?
Yeah, we're always getting feedback, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're always getting like people liking the music and stuff like that, and it's from all over the world as well. So like when you're seeing stuff like that, you know what I mean? A gang of lads from Liverpool, and we got people like where we have them, all kinds, all over the States, North and South America,
Mexico,
Russia, Australia, Italy, China, Japan.
We get
comments from all over the place, so it's really rewarding when we're getting feedback like that.
Now, if you guys could change anything about the music industry today, what would you change?
Make it easy to live.
Make it pay.
Yeah, make it pay.
I'd change the way the bands are like picked. As you saying before, there used to be someone going around clubs and that, and you'd watch a band and go, and they're right then, I like them. Yeah, I'll get them in the studio and see what they can do, but that doesn't happen anymore, as you say. So if you're going to change something, get it back the way it used to be. When it used to be, bands used to be selected by how good they was and not by what, how do they know and stuff like that.
So change the people in control of the music.
Yeah, change the people in control. Yeah.
Because whoever's took over, turned into shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I don't even understand the way they do things anymore because, like, just doing Rock Wars, I see certain bands when I'm going through videos and people submit stuff, and there are bands that I see that I'm like, oh my God, those guys are amazing. And you would think that if you promoted them and you were a major music label, you would make money. So, like, it's gotten so greedy that they don't want to take a chance on anybody. I mean, look at the crap that they just did with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, they basically left major acts that have, you know, massive followings who have contributed to rock and roll and snubbed them for hip hop bands specifically for money. It's all about the dollar because hip hop's $1 billion industry, and like, seriously, Biggie Smalls is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but Lemmy is not. That makes no sense.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Streaming has not neither. Spotify and companies like that, which is not paying the artists the money, and they're taking little pennies out of it.
Yeah, no, they're not. A lot of what people are telling me in different bands is basically the only way it seems like to make money anymore if you're a band is through selling merch and through basically touring the festival circuit, because that seems to be where, you know, the money is now. Like recording and stuff like that, you get like pennies for, you know, downloads and stuff like that now. It's Have you guys found the same, or like, do you guys sell merch? Do you have merch that you use? Is there someplace people can buy like Hegarty T-shirts or anything like that?
Yeah, you've got T-shirts and CDs and all that. Yeah, but yeah. We'll send you one if you want. You have a T-shirt if you want.
I think you tend to make money from live. If you can put a gig on and you get a lot of people coming to your gigs, that's where the money is at the moment. It's not really in recording or yeah. If you get a live, a live gig, get a lot of people along to it. That's the best way of making money at the moment. Or do covers. Cover bands are doing great in the city at the moment, but we wouldn't sell out in that way. There's a lot of cover bands and they're making the money at the moment.
Yeah, believe it or not, I was actually just talking to a band from Australia, and like they're completely pissed off at the scene in Australia because the original bands, none of them can get into a gig anywhere because everybody wants to hear Jesse's Girl. You know, it's like it's kind of ludicrous when you think.
Yeah.
Of it.
Yeah, but that's the same. Must be the same across the world. Yeah.
Now, do you have any cool stories about like the band? Anything like have you had any good experience with fans or anything like that that you can share with the people that listen to the podcast?
Not in this one.
There hasn't been any. There's not been wild things.
Yeah, we're not really like rock and roll.
Well, they don't have to be wild
Like,
stories.
you know what I mean?
They don't have to be wild stories. Just something like interesting. Like, Kate, here's the thing that I seen. I don't know how familiar you are with the band Maroon 5, but they were on tour, and there was an autistic kid that went to their concert, and he was completely like overwhelmed by the number of people there. So he basically laid down in the middle of the floor, and the band came out and laid down in the floor with him. So, like it's a cool story. It's not crazy, it's not wild, but it's an interesting story.
It is. No, really, you got it like that.
No. With a bit vanilla, unfortunately, but we don't get up too much like that.
Yeah, I don't live like a rock star since I've had kids, mates. All them days are gone.
Mind you, when the previous bands, me and Ports was in.
Yeah.
We had a couple of record companies come down to watch us, and Ports got that drunk. He decided to cop off
Both of them.
with the two of them.
Yeah.
With two women from this
They were really crazy.
Japanese company.
Yeah.
And yeah, he had all. He said he's taking them home and all stuff like that. We never heard nothing else since.
Yeah, my charms didn't work for that occasion. Yeah.
To be honest with you couldn't even talk.
I was ruined. Yeah. Back in the day. So I got time, because I'm the one who hasn't got the family or the kids, so I will be wild for the whole band. I will be wild for the whole band.
So what's next for Hegarty? Are you guys working on a new EP or singles or anything like that?
We've been recorded a couple of new songs, so we're just getting them mixed, doing a few little bits to them. Then they'll be mastered, and then one of them will be coming out as a single. Maybe the two of them. Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
But we've got plenty of recordings towards the second album.
Yeah, we're working towards the second album now. We've got songs that we haven't recorded yet as well. It's quite a few, so all the time we're on like a message WhatsApp group, like posting new songs on and all that, and just getting around to learning them, you know what I mean? So there'll be a new album eventually, like.
Awesome. What about your gear? Are you guys like brand loyal? Like, do you guys like only play Jackson guitars, or why don't you tell me a little bit about what you guys play?
Nothing. I'd like to be though.
Not really fussy. I mean, not too specific. As long as it's good to play and it sounds good, we'll pretty much pick up at it and give that a go.
If I ever want to change guitars, I'll just ask Waka, because I think he's got one of every guitar. Got that dotted around somewhere, like so. He loves his instruments, Waka.
Yeah, most of the stuff is like it's all brands of Waka, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, most of it is.
Now, if you guys could go on a world tour with any band in their prime, who would you want to tour with?
Prime.
Sabbath for them. I thought Sabbath for me.
Any bands in the past?
Past, present, doesn't matter.
Oh, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
The Kinks.
Oh, Kinks.
Today's agency.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin.
Steve, Steve,
Clear water, we man.
yeah, I'll go with them.
It doesn't even know what the crowd's
I do when I'm not decided. I just go with I'll go with Creedence or the Doors.
The Doors would be a good shout.
The Doors would definitely be
Or
interesting.
I don't Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
We Sabbath for me with Ozzy.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin with Mooney. That would be the boss to them. Keep Mooney back
If
in
you're
the
going on tour with someone who's going now, my choice would be the Lumineers. I love the Lumineers.
Okay. And who are your guys' biggest influence, like musically? Like
Slayer and AC/DC.
They've all got different ones. We're all into completely different types of music, really, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
So I like mine's like Bob Dylan, Oasis, the Eagles, and Creedence, suppose, and the Lumineers. They're the ones the bands I listen to the most.
I'd like Debbie Gibson.
Debbie Gibson. Oh, miss it. She's still going though, isn't she? No, my influences are far and wide.
Debbie
Yeah.
Gibson is a
Big
really
Drake.
good friend of mine's cousin. I actually know her.
Well,
No pods, it's like
Can you get a phone number for pods?
Maybe
tell her I'm single if she wants to.
I'll send her the video.
Massive crush on Debbie Gibson.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll reach out
Yeah,
to
you
you.
know,
Maybe she'll want to do a collaboration. Who knows?
Yeah, only in my dreams. Well, now my other influences would be John Martin and Nick Drake. I'm a folk artist, really. But on the other spectrum, I got into a bit of punk. Green Day. Got into Led Zeppelin. There weren't many bands I really got into. And Rush as well.
Rush.
On the rock.
Geddy Lee,
Yeah, so I
greatest bass player of all time.
Anything. Yeah. Oh yeah. Really. I played bass. I played bass mainly in bands. This is the first time I'm in a band playing rhythm guitar. So, but yeah, Geddy Lee. He was amazing. Played with feet, bass with the guitar, and sing. Now anyone who plays bass, you know,
As a bass
knows
player,
to
he's
sing
a
and play
god.
bass. Is possible. Yeah, that's what I mean. And Geddy would be singing while he's playing them bass lines. He is.
You've got to think of Paul McCartney as well on
Paul
the
McCartney on the ones as well, yeah.
Two of them.
Were you guys shocked about Neil Peart? I mean, I was pretty shocked when I heard him passing.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was ill, to be honest. You know,
Neither did
we
I.
knew it. I've been to the two movies that were out. The one recently, a couple of months back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there was Beyond the Lighted Stage. Then there was a newer one. I don't think what it was called, but it was kind of billed as the last video they're doing, wasn't it? And
It
really
definitely
was.
is.
Yeah.
There were
sad. Probably
there
the
were a
best
few
from
shocking. There were a few shocking passings in the last year that I couldn't believe. Like I didn't know that Eddie Money was ill.
Who's Eddie Money, Sean?
You don't know who Eddie Money is?
Nah.
I don't know what anyone is, man. You know. I don't know what to say. So much you're talking about.
You ever heard the song "Two Tickets to Paradise"?
No.
You've never heard "Two Tickets to Paradise"?
it's
Wow. Apparently Eddie wasn't big in England, so he's really big in the United States. Though.
No.
Yeah.
right. That does explain it, I think.
But you should watch Google on there. I've never seen him there.
There used to be a fella in England who used to support the Mac lads called Eddie Shit.
No, Eddie Money as well.
I was actually pretty shocked at Tom Petty's passing as well.
Yeah.
Well, that was on the same.
Have you guys heard the announcement that Ozzy Osbourne made coming out with Parkinson's at 71?
Yeah.
I've paid for the ticket to go and see him. I was meant to go see him in February. It got cancelled.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
2 years we were
I've actually got the ticket, paid for my ticket 2 years ago to go and see him. I just cancelled it now, 2 years later. I just cancelled it.
Yeah, it'll be cancelled.
Yeah, Oz always put on a great show. Back in the day, I actually seen him with Randy before Randy passed.
No, yeah, he was good. That's a good song still.
I saw him with Black Sabbath in Milton Keynes.
That must have been something.
That was brilliant. He done like a set of his own stuff first. And then like he brought out like Sabbath with him. And they probably done about 10, 15 songs. It was brilliant. It really was something else.
Oh yeah, well Tony Iommi is like, in my opinion, he's one of the most underrated guitar players. Like when they start talking about, you know, great guitar players, I rarely ever hear him, you know, put in there, but he's like he almost created heavy metal by himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's even then children or what? I don't know.
So what was your band called, then, Sean? Was you famous as well?
I was never famous. I played in a lot of crappy bands. Well, I mean, not crappy, but you know, garage bands. I was in a band called Overdrive. I was in a band called Bangkok Shocks. I was in a bunch of bands when I was younger. Nothing ever major though.
What back did you have?
What was your guitar?
No, I was a bass player.
Oh, what was your bass guitar?
What make bass did you have?
Oh, I had a bunch of basses. Basically Fenders, Ibanez's. You know, nothing. You know, to write home about. I was a kid, so it was what I could afford. You know.
Yeah, I like Ibanez guitars though. They were built to last, weren't they? Chunky. I used to have an Ibanez Blazer. That was my first bass.
Oh,
like a lead weight.
Oh yeah.
Give it a stick.
You play an Ibanez through Peavey, and you don't get another sound like that. That was my favorite. You know.
That's it. On there.
An Ibanez bass behind us.
There you go.
We like that.
The one thing I never got to try that I always wanted to try is to play an upright acoustic bass.
Like a double bass.
No, acoustic bass. Like
that's what that is. That's an acoustic bass with the L's up then.
Yeah.
Oh no, like a classical bass.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've never tried one of them myself, to be honest.
I always just thought it would be cool. I love the sound that they make.
Yeah.
I see the sunset on the horizon. It's not surprising that I'm all alone, 'cause everyone I held so dearly, abandoned me clearly. Now I stand alone, I get so lost for words, tongue-tied beyond repair. I couldn't help myself, even if I can't. I only dream in black and white, but it's alright, it's alright. Shines over the water, but I see that distance. Look in your eyes, these are just memories. Memories are dreams.